is Tuesday the 9th of June, heading off to home after work. With the job that I do, I go through the obituaries every day, which it's kind of morbid, but that's what we do. And I learned that one from Dad. I always thought he was morbid, and next thing I know, I'm looking. But it turns out that I'm playing for a funeral on Thursday at church. Pastor had asked if I would be willing to play for this lady's service, and the name didn't sound familiar to me, and I'm like, yeah, I can do that. That's no big deal. So I'm looking through the newspaper today, or through the newspaper, really? I'm looking online through the obits, and I happened to see the lady's name, and I looked at the picture. I'm like, oh my God, I know who she is. I had no idea that was her name. Didn't know. But she's been. I've talked to her many, many, many times. Absolutely lovely lady. Funny. Oh my goodness, she was funny. She loved to ask about the chickens and the quail when we had them. She thought it was hysterical that the quail would shout obscenities, because that's what they did. But she was always such a neat lady to talk to. And then when I saw that, it kind of made my heart stop for a minute. It's like, I swear she was just there, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's times like that when I feel really kind of blown away at how negligent I am at learning people's names at church. I know their face, and I talk to them every Sunday, but I'll be darned if I can remember their names. So Thursday's going to be a little harder than I thought it was going to be, but it is what it is, I guess. When you're talking about aging, so I've been thinking a lot about, when people talk about when they get to their midlife crisis, and I think about that, and I'm like, midlife crisis. I always thought that was just like an excuse for, making poor decisions. That's what I always thought. But I'm starting to kind of understand where that midlife crisis thing comes in. I think everybody goes through it. It's just some people more than others, or worse than others, I guess, or better, depending on how you want to look at it. You get to a point, I think, in your life where you get into, I guess, a rut, so to speak. You're looking at, I do the same thing every day. I walk the same path. I drive the same route. I do the same job. I, eat the same foods. I drink the same coffee. All of that stuff. Everything's the same over and over again. It's just, one big same old. And I think that's where all of a sudden you realize, I am not moving forward. I am not falling backward, but I'm not moving forward. I'm just kind of sitting here, just kind of stuck. And you kind of panic a little, because now all of a sudden you don't see any movement at all. And I think that's where that midlife crisis comes in. So all of a sudden you're midlife and you're not seeing any momentum, and you're like, oh no, this is not good, this is not happening, I've got to move forward. And for some people that's, I'm gonna shave my head and get a tattoo, and you're gonna do all these weird goofy things. Some people it's change your relationship, whether it's divorce or get married, or I don't know, all kinds of weird things. Maybe it's go out and buy a big old boat or car, or go get that horse you've always wanted, right, Dad? Anyway, so, you know, I mean, there's all kinds of different things that people do when they've got their midlife crisis, but they kind of go crazy, and they kind of lose their mind, and I kind of am feeling that a little bit. So, yeah, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. One of the things that I'm learning is I'm trying to learn how to handle difficult people. In particular at work, and I'm not talking about Pam or any of my other coworkers, for example. No, somebody else. But anyway, I'm learning that I'm not very good at handling difficult people, to be honest. You know, the term gaslighting comes to play there, and I didn't realize exactly what that was. I mean, I had an idea, but now I know more what that is, and realize that I have been lit by gas many times, apparently. Yeah, so I'm learning to sort that out and figure out where my life really should be going and where it is going, and who do I listen to and who don't I listen to. Yeah, that was pretty big, wasn't it? I don't know how much I can say, so I'm just not gonna say too much, but I'm learning. You know, the last 15 years or whatever, I've worked with Dad, and he is not the one who's gaslighting me at all. Not Dad, not anybody in the family. So, you know, but I didn't have to worry about it with Dad because he didn't do that, and he and I are basically the same person, which is kind of scary for everybody involved. But you know, so I didn't have to worry about it, and before that, I wasn't in jobs that had a lot of that going on because they were just kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say, you know, menial jobs, because they were important, but they weren't like in a healthcare setting or, you know, that kind of thing. So it was, you know, I didn't really have to deal with it until now. So, yeah. Anyway, that was my my ADHD rant for the day. My ramblings of a neurodivergent. Yeah, I haven't said that in a while. Anyway, hope you guys are having a good day. I'm having a good day. I'm heading back to heading to the grocery store, gonna grab something for dinner, and then go home, and we'll do it all again tomorrow. Same time, same place. All right, love you guys. Have a good night. Bye.